Hello. Hello, you guys. Hey, Ryan. Rose Petal, still at work. 911 operator, and Donna McCain. How are you guys? I know there's not 8 here, but and that's usually my number of go, but I'm not gonna be on here that long. Um, just kind of wanted to I know everybody's probably heard it already all over the YouTube streets or whatever, but I had laid down and took a nap. And when I woke up, I was really shocked to hear that Dylan Round's remains were found, you guys. Um, Pleasantly shocked, like happy, so happy for his family to have that closure. Is it really ever closure? I don't know. I mean, I've never lost anybody to anything like that. But there's got to be a sense of something. I don't know, a moment of peace or a moment of clarity or just to get your baby back. Um, so I know it's been all over YouTube because, of course, I was running around trying to find it, make sure that it wasn't like, fake news or anything. Went and listened to the report on it, and went to a couple of um, YouTubers that I actually respect the way that they report things. And I was so happy. So coming, you know, I try never to give up hope on those kind of things, on victims and stuff like that. But y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I watched all of his mom and his dad go to Utah searching for their boy, and um, so I watched a lot of that, and my heart just broke for them. And um, after like a year of him not being found and the arrest being made and all, I just kind of gave up hope. And I'm just kind of ashamed to say that, but um, you it is reality. And so, although it's not the ending that um, you know, it's not a joyful ending. It's it's an end to something, right? It's an end to something. I don't necessarily like the idea of having of making deals with people, um, pleading. I don't like that a lot. I think it's a cop out in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people cop out of it because they don't want their crap, you know, every like the the YouTuber who abused her children, the what was it, party of 8 or whatever she was doing. How they did a cop out and they did a plea so their shit wouldn't be put out there in the news and stuff anymore. I think that was crappy. But in instances like this, where the family knows that he's passed, the authorities know that he's passed, and really all they want is their baby back, you know, so that they can give him a proper burial and a proper goodbye. Um, then you know maybe we should consider um, doing the plea deals like so. I feel like this plea deal that was done to find for him to show where um, he left um, Dylan. I feel like it was the right thing to do because whatever his sentence is going to be, he probably won't make it out of prison anyway. So I think that was the right thing to do, even though I'm not a big fan of plea deals. But in this case, I think they did the right thing. I think in the same situation, if I was in the same situation, I probably would offer a plea deal. So I think they did the right thing with that. Who's in the bushes? Y'all come out and say, hey, so I know. So I know who's here up there in the naked bushes. I hope you guys all had a good day. I hope you're having a good evening. I wanted to also, uh, there are two, you guys know about the two women over in Oklahoma that have gone missing. One of them's a preacher's wife, and the other one is a friend of hers who's younger. Um, when I was looking for more information about Dylan Rounds, um, I happened upon that case again, and there was a press, not a press, but there was a reporter who was interviewing two YouTubers, true crime YouTubers. They weren't anybody that I recognized, that were out there doing a search because they had gotten a tip that the ladies may be out there. So they went to, it looked like an old shack and an old car flipped over or whatever. It's just out kind of in the middle of nowhere next to a highway. And they were out there searching. And I guess the news rolled up and they interviewed them, but they didn't put their channel name on there. They just gave like their real names. So I couldn't find their channel, and neither one of them did I recognize on there though. But um, I find it kind of interesting that more and more in these cases, you guys, you see YouTubers out there. You see uh, uh, content creators and subscribers, and I mean, more and more that's happening, right? Donna McCain, you kicked yourself. Don't kick yourself, girl. I've kicked myself off my own panel. So I get that. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Good to see you. So what I want to know is, do you guys think that YouTubers, whether they are creators or subscribers, um, do you think they help cases by going unseen or out to like help search, or are they helping the cases, or not? Because I've actually thought about going to certain areas, but you just have to wonder, or at what point are we exploiting, these cases? Capri, how are you, love bug? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. What do you guys think about that? On YouTube, I don't know what channels you guys go to, or who you follow or anything, but even today I noticed that two channels were covering other creators that they're calling tragedy pimps, because their content for the last ever since Sebastian has been missing, that's all they've been covering. Like, all they've been covering. So at what point are we just exploiting the cases? What do you guys think about that? Are you gonna go to a channel night after night, day after day, that only discusses those cases? Should they be only discussing those cases? Where's the line? I mean, I feel like I go to some of them just to get, like, an update, but I'm not gonna sit there and pick apart with the people in chat, like, every little thing that's gone on during these cases, 'cause I guess I always feel like If it was me, like, you know, would I want people on YouTube using me or my loved one as their content day after day, day in, day out? Is that okay? For me, I don't think it would be okay. I don't think I would have any hard feelings if it was touched on, like, even once a week to keep it going, because there is a time and a place for social media, right? And because of social media, a lot of these cases that would have already gone cold and nobody would have talked about them and it wouldn't be in the public eye because of social media, you guys, um, is part of the reason why some of these cases have blown up. Yeah, Lisa. Not you. Yeah, you're right. It's crossing the line to you. Okay. Nothing is new to report. So if they're not reporting on something new, um, is that where the line crosses? Like if they're does it feel because to me, I'm not gonna lie, to me it feels like exploiting the situation. If there's nothing new to report on or you don't have um and I'm talking about reliable sources. I'm not talking about running over to TikTok or somebody else's channel and getting some information and bringing it over to your channel. That's not what I'm talking about because I mean, then you have to question, you know, the validity of it, right? And then that's like playing telephone, You're going to get a word or two wrong. So then it's not so factual anymore, right? But there are people, you guys, that have thousands of subscribers. And hey, you got to respect the hustle. That's the way I look at it. Respect the hustle. But at the same time, um, you're making a ton of money. I mean, these creators are making tons and tons of money off of talking about the same thing. And part of it is not factual at all. Like, at all. It's been debunked. It's very sad. I mean, there's so many cases. If you bring up your state if you just type in your search bar how many missing people are in your state alone, you guys, there's tons out there that are not being covered, not being talked about. You know what I mean? It's like everybody on the internet picks up, the same case and they run with it and it goes nuts. It just goes nuts. And then they talk about it forever and ever and ever, forever. Um, and I'm wondering what good is it doing? Is that being a tragedy pimp? Mm, I think it's very close. I mean, if you have nothing else to report on that, if there's no new information, put out there by law enforcement, um, then aren't you just making money off of somebody's name, somebody's tragedy? I don't know. Where's the morality? Some people are carrying it way too far. I've noticed they're just covering that one case. Yes. And all they got to do, listen, if you've got thousands of subscribers, all you got to do is click, 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 find out who's missing in your state, and every night draw attention to a different case. Your supporters are still going to support you. I think. I think. Ryan, we can discuss that, but what I'd like you to do is maybe come on this is what I've told a couple of people, Ryan, about that. The people that have wrenches here, um, they've been with me from the very beginning. Like, um, I just don't throw wrenches out to everybody because I think it creates huge messes, very scary stuff. So this is what I've told some people that I'm because I know you've been hanging out with me for a long time, Ryan, and I appreciate that so much. Um, I want you to come on panel sometime. Will you come on panel with me? Let me get to know you a little bit better. Even if you just want to sing, you don't have to talk. If I mean that's not some people's jam, right? Because I'm definitely not going to sing, but I'll talk. But if you just want to sing and let us get to know you a little bit, maybe find out, some of your passions, what you plan on doing with your channel, something like that, then we'll take a vote. How about that? How about that? Does that sound fair? I just want to be so careful because listen, there's been a lot of people that have been trusted with wrenches, not so much not in my chat at all, but there's been people that have been trusted with wrenches and they've done some really horrific things to channels, and it's scary for me. It really is. And so I try to be very, very careful with it. Um, but I'm willing to discuss that. Um, so let's talk about how I can get to know you better as a person. If you don't want to come up on panel, maybe um, get involved in the chat more, like what we're talking about here. Um, and then we'll figure it out. Let's do that. That sounds good, right? Really, Joe? Good to see you. I think you're the only Melly Joe. I think you're the last Aussie still standing in chat. I think the other Aussies left. I don't know. I must have made 'em mad. I don't know, though. Thanks for coming in, you guys. If you don't mind, hit the like for me. I appreciate it so much. They keep Sebastian's name so it won't go cold. I understand. Yeah, I understand that. But when almost if you, I don't know if you just hit the live and see who all's live during the time that you get on, and more than half of them have Sebastian's name in their title. I don't know. Yeah, it could be fun. I'd love to talk to Ryan. And Ryan sang on somebody else's panel. I forget who he was talking about the other night, but he said he got up there and sang on her panel. How nice. Yeah, I mean, I've been really, really, really blessed. Really blessed. Thank you for that, Miss Donna. I appreciate that. Oh, really? No Lulu or Micro Waffles? Maybe they're at work. I don't know. I haven't seen them, and I don't want to bug them. You know what I mean? Like well, I don't have Lulu's contact. I have Waffles. But I don't want her feeling that she has. I don't want anybody feeling like they have to come over here. So, but I haven't seen. Gosh, I haven't seen him in over probably about a week. I think Lulu was here on this weekend, and she was doing laundry, but I hadn't seen Waffles in a while. Sebastian's parents keep going on lives and they go over what they're saying. Oh, okay, Mary Jane. Okay. So do you think that, Mary Jane, so you don't feel like in any way that he's being exploited? And there's no right or wrong answer at all. It's just everybody's opinion is what I want. Missing Lulu, Waffle, Lizzo. I'm sure it's more I can't think of right now. Yeah, well, Lizzo was in here. When was she in here? I think she was in here the other night. And then she told me she was going to bed, but I haven't seen. I think that's yeah. Waffles is the one I haven't really seen. I hope they're okay too. I do. That's what you've seen so far. Yeah. Um. What I'm just. I mean, I don't know. I just. I mean, if the parents, I guess, are okay with it and that's how they're handling it, it's fine. I guess if it was me though, and I'm talking about big creators that are just using his name like ever since he's gone missing, every day and every night that they go live in their titles, and they're making a lot of money. It's just, and I'm not for making against making money at all. Please, nobody get that wrong. I respect the hustle. Whatever you want to do to make your money, you do your thing. Um, but I'm just saying for me, if you have that big of um uh, a base, of subscribers, I would be covering other things. Like I honestly would just type in missing people in Indiana, and I guarantee you, every night that I'm on, I would be doing a different case. I mean, you have a large band of subscribers, you know, and then if there's something new, that the police put out or whatever, then of course, you know, do an update. That's just how I feel about it. I could be wrong. This thing just happens doing well, much love and support, lovely. Thank you so much, Messy Jessie. I hope you're well, honey. Thanks for coming in and seeing us. And the love. I appreciate the love. See, I've only seen him do one or two interviews. Um, I keep up more with it on Facebook, really. I try, like, when I come on YouTube, it's usually with the purpose of looking for something, not just scrolling and trying to find a place to land. It's, you know what I mean? It's a purposeful thing. So, and I don't want to get addicted. Oh God, you guys, I don't want to get addicted. And you guys know I told you that I have an addictive personality. So I have to be so like careful when it comes to stuff. Um, I can't allow that. I just, oh no. I think where Tennessee has the most missing kids. Why is that? Why is that? Is it the most center point of the United States? Where's the most? I thought the most center point of the United States was somewhere in Oklahoma, or right around there. Why is it more people? Is it the mountain? Is it? I don't know. That's odd. I have just happened to notice a certain creator that's going live almost every day when there's not even anything new to put out in the news. The same child every day. Yeah, and there is a one creator that goes live night, every night, and it's the same thing every night. Um, I don't know. I just know for me, if I was going to cover true crime, it I would definitely try to bring attention to um, other cases. You know. Oh, Melly Joe, we had fun. It was a fun party. Yeah, it was kind of messed up because I was Beefcake was here, and so he was trying to run the phone for me outside and keep video going for me of it. And then we realized that I don't know if anywhere else had it, but in the Indy region, They had, slow mode all everybody's I don't know how they did it, but everybody's phone we talked to was slow mode. In fact, you couldn't even turn your phones. This is odd, you guys. We need to pay attention to what's going on in the world. But you couldn't even turn when you were putting your camera on, not taking pictures, but the camera to video on iPhones, you couldn't turn off the slow-mo. So, like, just to go in real time, you couldn't do it. And I think the only thing I could figure out was that, they had it, regular time for the news crews, you know what I mean? Um, but everybody we talked to and all of our families, they're like, "What's up with that? What happened? Why couldn't we just" So, yeah. But, I mean, it was nice, it was fun, and, um, Maggie came up, and that was exciting, and 'cause, you can't help but to hear Maggie's voice and just laugh your butt off, right? Like, just listening to that lady talk, I just giggle my ass off. And then, Wild Angel came up for a little while. It was really fun. Then rather, let's see. It is strange. Bigfoot. Do you know how long Bigfoot's been alive supposedly? That is getting annoying, yeah. So, did you guys follow the Dylan Rounds case in he disappeared in 2022. Did you guys follow that at all? I miss Maggie too. I really do. And I um, told her I was going to start trying to do at least two daytime lives a week um, because I want to see her. You know, I miss her. She's by far one of the sweetest people ever. She makes me laugh so hard I can't stand it. So did you guys follow it at all? No? Yes? Maybe? Yeah, he had moved out to the desert in Utah to start farming. Don't ask me why or where or what he was gonna farm, because looking at it from, um, footage, I don't know how you grow anything there, but he was determined that he was gonna make a farm there, and I don't know what he was gonna grow. So, yeah. Halloween baby. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Maggie, I watched Lee's replay and she was on panel. God, we laughed so hard. Lisa, I just kept laughing at her. The way she talks, so funny. Yeah. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Every time I say your name, that's what I think of. All right, so I'm just gonna read the presser for those that okay, for those that didn't go and look it up yet. I want to hear from his family too. Y'all, his mama was a mama bear. She was a badass, and I'm gonna tell you this. There were people all on YouTube that drug her through the mud. Seriously, they did. It was so sad. All right, this is out of Box Elder County, Utah. Authorities in Box Elder County. Where do you get that from? say they believe they found the remains of Dylan Rounds, a young man who went missing nearly 2 years ago. Rounds was 19 years old when he went missing in 2022. He was last seen over Memorial Day weekend in Montello, Nevada, 30 miles west of his home in a small town of Lucin, Utah. His family said that he moved from Idaho to start his own farm. The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office announced Tuesday that they recovered skeletal remains in a remote area near Lucin. The remains are presumed to belong to Rounds, as the sheriff has said. They have been turned over to the Utah State Examiner's Office to confirm the identity. James A. Brenner, age 60, was charged last year with murdering Rounds, along with the abuse or desecration of a body. Brenner had been reportedly squatting on a remote property near Rounds's property before the alleged murder. Investigators said early on in the search for Rounds that they had found a pair of boots about 5 miles west of where he lived. Charging documents filed last year added some insight, saying Rounds's blood was found on the boots along with Brenner's DNA. Investigators also obtained Rounds's mobile records, which showed him in the area where Brenner was squatting. The last signal from Rounds's phone was at a pond nearby, and his phone was eventually found in the pond. On Rounds's recovered phone, investigators found a time-lapse video showing Brenner cleaning a gun with bloodstains on the arms of his shirt. The video was taken around the time of his disappearance, the charging document said. Police obtained the shirt Brenner was wearing in the video and they confirmed it to be Rounds's DNA. Investigators said in 2023 that they interviewed Brenner and he made several claims that corroborated forensic evidence, in addition to making numerous uh, demonstra- demonstrably false statements. East, I- East Idaho News. If you guys don't follow East Idaho News, what's his name? Oh, God, it'll come to me in a minute. If you guys don't follow East Idaho News, you guys need to. I mean, I think he's brilliant. I really do. Um, reported Thursday that according to Rounds' family, Brenner led authorities to where he was buried as part of a plea agreement. Officials have not confirmed this publicly. The sheriff's office wrote, "Our hearts go out to the family of Dylan Rounds. We offer our sincerest condolences for the loss of their family member. We understand that the pain and the loss is immeasurable, and we want to express our deepest sympathies to them. It is our hope that they can find peace moving forward." Wow, that's a really nice statement. We would like to express our gratitude to our deputies, detectives, volunteers, and the Box Elder County employees who have worked tirelessly investigating and assisting in the many search efforts during the past 23 months. We highly appreciated their diligent efforts, unwavering dedication, and commitment, and we extend our genuine thanks to them for their hard work. We are grateful to everyone who assisted and supported in the investigation search efforts on this exceptionally challenging case. The dedication and corroboration of those involved have been absolutely remarkable, and invaluable aid provided by the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office has been instrumental in the success of the investigation. So, wait, what time was that put out? Let's see. So that was posted today at 6:25 p.m. and last updated at 11:16. So I haven't found if the parents um, have released a statement. Let me see. Oh, I know who it is, you guys. Um, His name is Nate, and his channel is East Idaho News, I think. He's covering the Daybell trials, and which is a whole nother sickening kind of makes me so ill. Um, and he's covering the Idaho for you guys. So see, even before even I mean, I'm sure since this guy is the one that pointed them in the right direction of finding his remains, I mean, it hasn't been put out by the medical examiner that it's really him anyways. But I mean, I guess if the guy knew where he was, that it probably is. I want to see if the family's released a statement. See, this just happened 4 hours ago, you guys. And I don't see where his family has released a statement yet. His mom's a badass, though, and I appreciate badass women. I'm going to tell you that right now. Um, I was wondering how he was going to farm there and not a lot of yeah, it was just desolate. But and every a lot of people in his life told him there's no way you're gonna be able to do it, blah blah blah. And he was like, watch me. And so he he went out there, you guys. I don't know what the plan was. I don't remember. I know his mom talked about it in the early days when she was out at camp there. It is sad, message. It is very sad, but I'm I I hate saying I'm happy for the family because that might sound rude, but you know what I mean. Like I'm happy that they're getting their boy back. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't imagine living with the hell of not, you know, pretty sure knowing that he was deceased, but not having a place to go and mourn my child, and know where my child is at. When my mom passed, you guys, when my mom passed, I had asked for to I had asked the doctor if she could call down the people who check and see if there's any viable organs. Um, because my daughter had just 9 weeks prior to my mom passing, my daughter had received a heart and a kidney donation. And so, of course, that's still on my mind when my mom passed. And so I wanted to see if she had any, viable organs to donate. So they came down, they took care of her, and, you know, um, they had to take my mom to their center. They told me that a couple hours later that um, her portions of her skin and um, and some bone could be retrieved. And so I signed it and agreed to it. And they had to take her to the center wherever they do that at to harvest that stuff from her. And then they would give me every time they transported her somewhere, they kept very good in touch with me. Like I knew where she was being taken to have, you know, those items retrieved from her. And then they called the mortuary when they were done, and the mortuary went and picked her up. Well, the mortuary that she was at, you guys, they didn't have they didn't, they only held funerals there, right? So they would take her over to the sister. I don't understand the whole thing, but they took her to the sister mortuary to hold her until the funeral. And I lost my stuff, you guys. I had to call these people like, I mean, I was watching the clock. The minute that they opened up, I picked up that phone and I called them and I was like, look at here. I have never not known where my mom is. Never. Like I said, I'm not gonna go to the mortuary. I'm not, you don't have a crazy woman on your hands right now. I said, but all I know is you're not keeping her at this mortuary. This is where we're gonna have her funeral, but you're keeping her at the main one. But I was like, I've always known where my mama is, and I don't know where she's at. And I want to know. So could you imagine? And they told me, and I didn't go over there. I didn't bother those good people. But I had to know where my mama was, you know, even in death. I wanted to know where my mama was. And so I couldn't imagine living 2 years without knowing where my baby was. Oh, Lord. Y'all, you'd have been bringing me cookies in jail because I'd have been killing people out here. I'm not kidding you. That man wouldn't have lived that long. Mm-mm. And that may be vile, but I know me. Yeah, thanks. Sup up to Ryan, you guys. So very sad about Dylan. I couldn't imagine going through that. I know. She came out as a mama bear, though, y'all. She did. She was spitting fire. Was oh, it was a grain that he was growing. Okay. In the desert, you can grow grain? Never. Never. It's okay, Ryan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. People were not happy because it was affecting the underground water level for the local farmers. Oh, wow. Okay. So if he took a plea deal, if this guy took a plea deal, all he's got to do is stand up in court and say he did it. He doesn't have to say why he did it. So we're probably never going to know why he did it. I think that's crappy. He was just a squatter there. Yeah, welcome, Pink Peony. If I didn't say that already, I'm sorry. I couldn't imagine, but thankful they can now have a place to grieve. Yes, so important. It is so important, you guys. So important. Yay, Ryan, you got a sub. Right on. Yes, may God rest his soul. Amen. Justice Jane, good to see you, honey. Thank you for coming in. You guys hit the like for me. I appreciate that so much. My cousin from marriage was murdered, and her parents never seen any. What? From marriage was murdered, and her parents never seen anyone was arrested. That's terrible. Oh my word. Is the case still open? Melly Joe, is that case still open? How long ago was that? Did they ever, I don't want to get too graphic, but did they ever find her? Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Could y'all imagine? I can't imagine either. I can't. That's terrible. Do they have oh God, you know what would be even worse than that, I think, you guys, is, having a gut feeling of knowing who did it, and there's not a dang thing you can do because you have no evidence to prove it. Oh God, that would be terrible. And that happens a lot. Pink peony. And everybody has their own feelings about O.J. Simpson. Y'all, I think he's guiltier than sin, okay? And but can you imagine, like, her family and Ron Goldman's family that just had to live with him walking through the streets and living his life and going back to jail for something stupid, and you know what I mean? And knowing that he did that to their loved one and there was not a dang thing they could do about it. That would be so terrible. Y'all, I'd be in jail. I'm telling you, I would be in jail. I know me. I especially if it came to my child. Oh, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. No. You gotta be a strong person, a really strong person that I don't have that kind of strength. And especially, like, being in the room, like, when their kids graduated stuff, I'm sure Nicole's family went to the graduations um, and he was there and all that, and having to see him across the room at family function. Oh, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Blondie would be in jail under the jail. Mm-mm. They found the bodies and arrested someone 40 years later, 41 years later, but dropped the charges after 2 years. Oh, wow. And there's no DNA? I mean, 41 years. I know DNA is really, really expensive to process. Um, in some cases, they won't even do it, which is really sad because it's so expensive. So maybe they just don't want to touch it. But oh man, can you imagine his kids with Google? Yeah, and the pictures are out there. All the pictures are out there. All the pictures. So sickening. Melly Joe, I am so sorry for that, honey. I am. I'm not that strong, you guys. I'm not. Oh gosh. There were only 50 people in the whole freaking town. Oh yeah, I'd pay for that DNA to be done. That would be easy. Only 50 people in the town, that would be easy, I think. But at this point, how old how old is the dude, you know? Completely horrible. A couple guys tried to rob my son in the driveway years ago after he got his insurance settlement and shot a hole through his car. It still haunts me. Oh gosh, I'll bet. That's terrible. How's your son doing, Halloween baby? That is terrible. I am so sorry for that. It was horrible to find out the person arrested was never brought to justice. Yeah, that's terrible. Yes, prayers for I bet you tomorrow they'll probably come out and make a statement, or they're going to wait to get, confirmation, set in stone that even though they probably realize that it is their son, but, set in stone, maybe they'll just wait um, to give the interview for that. That is scary. That's terrible. How's your son doing? 19 people here. Y'all, please hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate it so much. You guys, I can't effing believe it. When I checked today, I have 480 subscribers. Who freaking knew? Who knew? So thank y'all so much for that. I cannot believe it. And it's what today's the 9th. The 12th will be 2 months. I am so thankful for each of you. I really want you to understand that and know that. I can't believe it. Who knew, right? Dang. Unbelievable. So there are two things coming up this week, you guys. Um, Thursday, I'm having a daytime live. I don't know if you guys saw the community post, but Thursday I'm having a daytime live, and um, so I hope you guys can come to that. And then on Saturday, which I need to make a community post about, we're having Peter from I forget King Old Man King Homestead, I think it is. Um, he is going to be a special guest on panel talking about his life and what, because he grew up in New York, you guys, and he moved to Arkansas, and he's a homesteader out there. So he's coming on to talk about, things about his life and how he made the decision to become a homesteader and what it involves and how he's doing with that. So I'm super excited to talk to him about that. And then I'm almost 100% sure at some point, um, here's a little, what do you call that? I forget what word I'm looking for. Um, Next week during the week sometime, and it'll be at 10 o'clock at night one. Um, I'm having a couple special guests on panel that have never done a panel before. And oh, a teaser. That's what I'm talking about. It's just a teaser. And so I'm working on that right now. And I think we're going to do that next week. So I will put a community post up probably late Saturday night or early Sunday about that. So be on the lookout for that. I'm hoping it'll be like a Wednesday or Thursday night. I have to wait for them to get back to me when their schedule is clear. And then I'll do a community post of exactly who's coming up then. But um, these these the one with Peter on Sunday, and then the one that I'm working on for next week, I'm really really happy and excited about because um, Peter and these other people that are coming to talk to me um, are three, like we're 180 apart, right? We're total opposites type of people. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind living the life that Peter does for maybe 3 days. Because let's be real, I'd kill everything in that damn garden, and so I'd starve eating mud, and the people that are coming up on um, next week for guests, surprise guests. Um, if I had taken the road they're on, then my life would be nothing like what it is now. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's just a teaser. I like teasers. All right, guys. I was only going to go for about an hour because I wanted to talk about Dylan Rounds. I wanted to talk about, what y'all thought about creators doing um, the same things over and over and over again. And so I appreciate you guys coming on and talking to me about that. Thanks, you guys, I mean, my success really is y'all's success because if it wasn't for you, I would be able to talk to myself. So thank you guys so, so much. Man, I wish you guys could. I mean, I'm a genuine person, like really genuine. I feel like I can't say thank you enough for the support. And so I hope you could just feel my heart on that. Melly Joe, it was the week before Christmas. I thought he was shooting off Roman candles when I heard and see the flash sent my youngest out to. Oh my word. Wow. Wow. That had to been traumatizing. Good night. I'm sorry for that, Halloween baby. I love y'all too, Lisa. Thank you so much. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me for this last hour. If you haven't liked and subscribed, you guys please do so, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see y'all next time. Have a good evening. Good night.